On what's happening inside Syria, our defense analyst Oubai Shahbandar joins us. Hi, Oubai. We're hearing now that U.S. military commanders have visited Raqqa itself, which is currently held by the YPG. What exactly are their objectives there?
Well, here's what happened. During an overnight surprise visit, the commander of all U.S. forces in Iraq and in Syria, General Votel, made a surprise overnight visit to the city of Raqqa. He was accompanied by the head of the U.S. International Aid Development Agency, so he's the head of U.S. International Aid Development. And essentially, he was there to meet with the local YPG. The U.S. calls them the SDF, Syrian Democratic Forces, their name for that organization, and to discuss potentially working with the City Council of Raqqa for development and continued coordination between the U.S. and the Syrian Democratic Forces. The timing was very interesting because it was just on Saturday that General Votel made a statement to international media that the U.S. considers the SDF-YPG forces in Afrin to be separate from the forces that the U.S. is arming and training in eastern Syria. Specifically, General Votel said that the Afrin area of operations has nothing to do with the U.S., yet we're seeing some continued coordination in Raqqa with General Votel himself touring the city just last night.
Seems to be somewhat vague language on where the support is really going. But anyway, in the meanwhile, the YPG says it's considering sending reinforcements now to positions in Afrin. Is that a warning of sorts to Turkey, or do you think it's more of a bluff?
Well, the timing is extremely curious. Just as General Votel lands in Raqqa, the YPG or the SDF, as they're calling them, held a press conference just north of Raqqa city, where they stated that they are going to consider possibly moving reinforcements to YPG forces in Afrin. So somewhat of a contradictory statement with what we're hearing from the U.S. military, that Afrin area of operations have nothing to do, supposedly, with continued YPG military assistance in eastern Syria. Yet we're hearing some possibility from the YPG leadership itself that they may consider moving material and weapons to Afrin. Whether or not the U.S. military, the U.S. Special Forces, and the Marines that are present in Raqqa will be in a position to stop, or even in a political position to prevent the leadership of the YPG to move more fighters, more weapons that would be used potentially against the Free Syrian Army and Turkish forces in Afrin, remains to be seen.
Okay, Oubai, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for that.